Mind and mind management. That is the topic today, mind and mind management. I asked you, how are you? I'm okay. It means there are some challenges, but I am okay. So, sometime what happens in order to achieve a result in the material world, we simply go by habit. I have to drive my car to you and I will reach you. So that is what is known as karma, action. But action, driving the car, does not help me to meet you. I have to park the car outside, I have to go inside, then I have to see you face by face, then I recognize you, and then I meet you. Similarly, we give lot of importance. Oh, let us practice mindfulness. But I did not understand. Same way, I reach to your home, but I don't recognize you. There is not knowing. There is no knowing. So when there is no knowing, maybe I can reach your home, but I don't see you, I don't recognize you, so I don't meet you. So with every action, with every practice, if it is habitual, say I'm totally drunk and then I reach your home and I don't recognize you. I live in the hallucination. So even though I have performed all my action correctly, and still I don't recognize and I don't know you. So karma is one factor. But if there is no knowledge, there is no right knowledge, the mindfulness or meditation never succeeds. Even if we are doing it for 50 years, it never succeeds. So, second part is first part is the knowledge, and the second is the action. The third part, if I don't desire meditation, if I don't desire inner peace, what I desire? I desire a loaf of bread found in Costco store. So my mind becomes aware of the Costco where it is available and also the bread. Now I don't have any desire, let me practice meditation. It is something like you board on a bus and ask the conductor, give me the ticket. Don't ask me where I have to go. So you have performed your action very well. You have recognized the bus. You are sitting in a bus, but you don't have the destination. This is the third factor that leads, if it is correct, it leads me to succeed in meditation. And if it is not, nothing is achieved. No, no, but every master says you leave all the desires. Pay attention. So, leave all the desires. So, what the master is saying, there is a binding desire and there is a non binding desire. Unbinding desire, binding desire. What is the difference between the two? If I have an unbinding desire for the inner peace and happiness, it is unbinding desire. It does not bind me. So the moment I'm bound by any particular desire, it means that mind is moving outside, projecting happiness and peace in a place, in an object, with a person, and that becomes the binding desire for peace and happiness. For example, I have couple of uh, students with whom I'm working, how to manage your relationship towards harmony and happiness. Now, in each of the couple, each person in that couple has a binding desire. What is that binding desire? When I come home, you don't smile. So it means if you smile, it is bound, mind is bound. Then only I'll be happy. If you follow me, then only I'll be happy. See the binding desire. So our master says, if we have a binding desire in the world outside, it will bind my mind. The binding of the mind means that my mind is projecting happiness outside in a person, in an object, in a thing. It goes both ways. Okay, let me help this person who is suffering from anxiety. I just received an email. So now I want face to face. I want your session to be in a person. But during coronavirus, we have to keep social distancing. He did not write, but it is a natural meaning. Hence, what? Hence, I cannot do any session with you now. Let this virus come to an end. So it means what? I'm going to increase my anxiety, ADHD. That is what he told me. I said, go on increasing. I thought in my mind, go on increasing. Then I got an idea. I wrote back that after all, it is all about the mental discipline and education, and that I can do it online, virtually. You have to simply listen to me. Whether you are listening virtually online or you are listening to me in person, doesn't make any difference. The mind must change. No, no, I always love to do all the sessions in person. That is another problem. This is also a binding desire. So I realized in that person, if the mind has such a binding desire, it means the mind has many more desires which are binding, that is causing the anxiety and ADHD. Not a big deal. Our great masters makes us understand where the mind is moving, my friend. So what should we do? Once we have understood that there should be an unbinding desire, let me discover inner peace within. Let me discover permanent peace and happiness within. Even for 1%, even for 1%, you keep that desire and that unbinding desire is not fulfilled, it will never happen. Even if it is 1% is not fulfilled, at least your mind will go inside, will leave all the unbinding desires, and you will definitely be in peace and happiness. So, our great master, one of the great masters who lived more than 5,000 years ago, he was the chief minister of a king in the kingdom. He had two wives. Very happy. He has all the means and possessions, all the objects of the pleasure. But he was a great meditator. He was an awakened person. So every day he was contemplating and reflecting on his own meditative state, and he realized that he has to go to the Himalayas, live in the forest. Means that he has to live away from outer chores in order to reach to the next level. So he invited both his wives, divided the wealth equally. One of the wife, one of the wives was named as Maitreyi. Maitreyi. So he divided the wealth equally to both the wives, and ultimately he was ready to go for deeper meditation practice away from his house. The second wife, that was named the Maitreyi, she gave all the wealth to the first wife. And the first wife was very happy with those binding desires to fulfill. Look at during the coronavirus. You have a plane, you possess a plane, you have $20 million. Still nothing will happen. You have to confine yourself inside the home. Anyhow, the Maitreyi, the second wife, offered the entire material wealth to the first wife, and the master was ready in the morning, and the Maitreyi, the second wife, said, "I will follow you." "No, I will not talk to you. Don't talk to me. I will follow you. You may not get the food that you get in your home. I will follow you. I'm telling you how to become a seeker." So that master gave 100 reasons not to go with him. But the honey said, "No, I will definitely go." "No, you may have to fast for 3 days. I will do it. You may not get a water to drink. I will, it's okay. You will definitely survive, so I will also survive without water." So the master asked, why this desire? You have left all the wealth. What is the answer of the honey, the beautiful second wife? She said to her husband, "Master, honey, you have everything in this material world. You have a prestige, a position, a possession. You have every means to get all the pleasures. At the same time, you are a genius. That is why you are a chief minister in the king, of a king, of that kingdom. And if you have chosen to go to the forest, it simply means what you want to achieve going to the forest is much more precious than anything in the world outside. And that is why I will follow you." That is why I will follow you. I will not leave you, honey. During the journey to the forest, the wife asked, "What is the nature of the self and how to realize it?" That will bring an end to our talk before we start our practice. So normally, honey, in modern world, we always say honey, if the honey has more money, if the honey is more beautiful, if the honey offers meets my expectation. So here it is totally different. Honey, wife, what is real self and how to realize, how to awaken to that real self? So the master says, Atma vare drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitya Mantavyo Maitreyi. Maitreyi was the name of the beautiful wife. So the master says that self can be realized in 3 steps. First, listen and learn the principles, and always remember that principle all the time. After learning the principle, contemplate and reflect on it. Mantavyo, the word mantavyo in Sanskrit, you have to contemplate, you have to ask, you have to remove all the doubts and the confusion. The intellect should have a clarity and conviction. Shravanam, first lesson. Second lesson, mantavyo, contemplation and reflection. And honey, you have been contemplating. It's a different matter. You have been contemplating and observing me, what I have been doing and why I'm leaving the entire kingdom and the position and going to the forest. You are definitely contemplating and thinking. So first step, Shravanam, listen and learn the principles. Second step, contemplation and reflection in your head, in your mind. When? 24 hours. That will help you to drop the unbinding desire. And third, meditated upon, to be practiced. But first is learning the principles, remembering it, keeping in your mind, and allow that principle to go to your intellect to remove all the doubts and the confusion. So the intellect has a tremendous faith. Yes, peace is within me. Otherwise, the mind says, no, I've been suffering from ADHD, for example, ADHD for the last 20 years. So I build an ego, the binding desire. Nobody can ever help me. See that. So this is a binding desire. It will not help. Even if I do the practice for 20 years. So 3 practice, listening, learning the principles, keeping in the mind. Allow the mind to help those principles to reach to the intellect for clarity, removing the confusion. And then the intellect will inspire you to do the practice. And then what happens? Every practice will succeed. Have you heard me? Have you understood it? Yes, you have understood it. Are we ready for a practice? Let us practice mindfulness today to succeed once and for all. I, sir,